आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of this struggle every day.
1st November 1913, the Gadar Party started the weekly revolutionary publication Hindustan Gadar from the Yugantar Ashram in San Francisco, the United States of America. The purpose of the publication was to further the Indian independence movement with special focus on Indian sepoys of the British Indian Army. The weekly was first published in Urdu, followed by a Punjabi edition on 9th November.
Later, the paper was also published in Gujarati, Hindi, Pashto, Bengali, English, German, French and other languages. The issues were first handwritten before being printed using a small hand press. With the British government maintaining an iron grip on the press in India, the weekly emerged as an important publication to counter British propaganda.
The articles in Hindustan Gadar were initially authored by famous revolutionary Hardayal, with the printing operation run by another freedom fighter, Kartar Singh Sarabha, then a student of the University of California at Berkeley.
Copies of the paper were shipped to India with returning Gadarites and immigrants and were quickly deemed to be seditious and banned by the British Indian government. Careful measures were taken to shield the Gadar supporters from the British intelligence, which included the measure of memorizing over 1,000 names of subscribers, so that no incriminating evidence could fall into the hands of the British government.
In March 1914, when the US government arrested Hardayal, he fled to Germany, leaving the operations to other members, including Ramchandra, Bhagwan Singh and Maulvi Barkatullah. They continued to spread information related to Indian independence and informed readers about the harshness of the British rule in India.
Other Indians also helped out with the press that printed not just the newspaper but also compilations of nationalist compositions and pamphlets including Gadar Ki Goonj, Talwar and other publications which were also banned from British India.
On November 1st, 1858, India became a direct British colony after the commencement of the Government of India Act. The powers of the East India Company's Court of Directors were transferred to the Secretary of State for India, who was provided with an advisory body consisting of 15 members. A viceroy was appointed to serve as the representative of the British Crown, and Lord Canning became the first viceroy.
The Act ended the controversial Doctrine of Lapse, and the Indian civil services were constituted for the administration of the country, with a provision for Indians to be admitted to the service.
Today, on November 1st, 1954, the Union territory of Puducherry was liberated from French colonialism.
After India became independent on August 15, 1947, India called for the unification of Pondicherry with the Union. India signed an agreement with France in June 1948, which gave power to the people to determine the political status of the territory.
However, in the municipal elections of Pondicherry, Karaikal and Yanam in October 1948, all municipalities except for one elected representatives of the French India Socialist Party, a pro-French group. The new councillors at a meeting accepted the autonomy offered by the French government.
However, in March 1954, members of the Executive Council, mayors of Pondicherry and 7 adjoining communes proclaimed their decision to merge with India without a referendum. All communes in Karaikal also followed suit, after which a referendum was conducted by the French administration in the border village of Kizhur to ascertain the wish of the people.
On 18th October 1954, the municipal councillors and members of the assembly gave their verdict in favour of merger with India. The agreement for the de facto transfer of the 4 remaining French settlements to India was signed on October the 21st, 1954 and came into effect on November the 1st, 1954.
France and India entered into a treaty establishing the cession by the French Republic to the Indian Union of the French establishments of Pondicherry, Karaikal, Mahe and Yanam.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.